pitches in there, using the whole field. It's been home runs, but also been good contact.
At this hour, the Padres are in second place, or rather, the Padres are in first place. The Dodgers are in second, and that's where Kyle Hendricks would like to keep them. Yeah, and Kyle Hendricks, he's really thrown the ball well. You look over his last 3 starts, he's been mixing and matching exceptionally well. My go-tos for Kyle Hendricks to stay on this good stretch he is on right now is keep these hitters guessing throughout the whole game, but edges all night long, shadows with his changeup. 35 strikeouts and a whip percentage just under 23% with his changeup. We have certainly seen it before with Shohei Ohtani, and really that should say the letter P instead of the DH, because he is the starting pitcher tonight, batting in the leadoff spot with Mookie Betts behind him, then Freddie Freeman. Max Muncy was in the original lineup for the Dodgers tonight, and he was scratched, so Miguel Rojas getting the start at second base. It was some pain in the right side of Muncy. Needs some testing, so we'll see if he's okay. He's had some injuries this year. Yeah, that's a big shot against the Dodgers there, because he's been swinging the bat well since he's wearing those glasses. He's been crushing the baseball. It's so odd seeing Shohei leading off here. It's so crazy. Take a look at our Nissan defense, the defense behind Kyle Hendricks. Most times you think of fly balls and Taylor Ward out in left field today, and you got Teodosio in center, Adele in right. At third base, Moncada, who's been swinging the bat well. Neto, he's been as good as any player in the baseball. Rengifo swinging the bat well. Sean Noel at first, and Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate again. But Taylor Ward, 1 defensive run saved this season, 3 outfield assists, and there's going to be some fly balls hit that way. Got to be ready to make all those plays. Cannot give up any extra outs here tonight, especially with who's on the mound for the Dodgers. Oh, by the way, he's leading off too. So cue the spectacle. Shohei Ohtani made 86 starts as a pitcher in an Angels uniform, and he batted in most of them as he takes ball 1 to start things off. He is the leadoff batter tonight in a game where he is on the mound at Angel Stadium for the first time as a visitor. Now with the lowest ERA in the history of this ballpark, a 2.22 earned run average here at Angel Stadium. Facing Kyle Hendricks, who delivers ball 2. A couple sinkers just off the plate. Sidney Buckner behind the plate is usually a guy you think that does give you those edges and shadows. So far, just a little bit off the plate, not able to get those calls. The man with the lowest ERA in the history of this ballpark is also the National League leader in hitting home runs. It never ceases to amaze what Shohei does as a two-way player, and he has worked through a couple of elbow surgeries now to get back on the mound for a 3rd time. 2 balls and a strike on Ohtani. About shadows and edges, 2 strikes called. Shohei shaking his head. He goes, I hope I get those calls. Not a lot of movement. That's a nice job by O'Hoppe. He actually stole that strike. And that's what the Angels like to see from O'Hoppe behind the plate. Steals some strikes. And Hendricks got one there. Now 2-2. Ohtani out in front of that changeup, and that's why those reverse splits happen with the lefties, because they're out in front a lot on that changeup from Hendricks. Well, that was a real good changeup. That was a solid job by O'Hoppe, just fouling that one off. Now the tendency is to think to try to sneak one in on him. You even try a little changeup further away. It's 2-2, and Ohtani hangs back on this one and rips it to the right field corner. It's going to be at least 2 bases, and it will likely be 3 as Ohtani turns on the Jets. Here comes Rengifo's relay. It's a triple to start the game. That changeup got more of the plate. He wanted it down and away. .107 miles per hour off the bat. That's his 8th triple this season. When he gets moving, that big body can move. He's tied for the 4th most triples in the major leagues. Now Mookie Betts bats with the infield in. Betts was not in the original lineup tonight. Once Muncy came out, Dave Roberts put Betts in. And the Dodgers need to win tonight to maintain a share of first place. San Diego won earlier, and they match up with each other this weekend, a 3-game series at Dodger Stadium. Well, you don't see that often. A starting pitcher leads off the game with a triple. Well, a game recently on July 21st, Shohei hit a home run in the 1st inning and gave up a home run in the 1st inning. Needless to say, the first player in history to do that. Ground ball is through, and the Dodgers are up 1-0.
Every ball he's hit in this series, Mookie Betts, has been the exact same spot between short and third.
He has an 8-game hitting streak. His batting average is on the rise with it. And the Dodgers strike first tonight.
Did that last night also. Pretty good pitch. Not hit hard, but placed perfectly.
Now Hendricks needs an out, and it's Freddie Freeman. Typically, Hendricks has been good in the first inning this year. That's only the 8th first-inning run he's allowed.
And you wonder how aggressive the Dodgers are going to be. They don't steal a ton. And Kyle Hendricks has been susceptible to a stolen base, about 18 of them. Just one caught.
Betts has 8 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. The Dodgers don't run a lot. 92 stolen base attempts as a team this year.
Started to move there too.
He started moving. He stopped, and Hendricks still hadn't thrown to the plate. He had some time there. Freeman's hitting .304 for now. He's second in the National League behind Xavier Edwards of Miami, who is hitting .306. Will Smith would be ahead of both once he qualifies, and he should by the end of the night. Smith hitting .312.
In his career, 25 pickoffs for Kyle Hendricks. But when he delivers the baseball home, there's not real fast times to the plate.
Angels pitch out. Make it 2 balls and a strike now, and Freeman. You don't see a lot of 1-1 pitch outs.
A lot of times you'll see in the dugout, they'll scream out, "We don't run on pitch outs," but the very next pitch, it's a good chance, especially with this count. Mookie Betts is going.
Well, 1-1, such a turning point in an at-bat.
Especially because they're trusting he could throw strikes.
Freeman golfs one out to left center field, but will hang in the air for Teodosio. Freeman got under that, 1 out.
Big out there to slow it down a little bit for Kyle Hendricks.
Brings up Will Smith. Mentioned Smith hitting .312. He's had 370 plate appearances. He has not quite qualified for the National League batting title, but he's right on the cusp of it. And will likely have qualified by the end of the day today. So he will be number 1 in the National League in that regard, trying to win a batting title as a catcher. It has not happened often in Major League history. Just 4 times have catchers won batting titles. It's happened twice with the last generation of the 2 great catchers of the previous generation. Joe Mauer and Buster Posey both won batting titles. Before that, you had to go all the way back to Ernie Lombardi in the 1930s.
I mean, when you think about these 2 catchers in baseball now, between him and Cal Raleigh, I mean, just the numbers they're putting up is unreal. Especially when you catch so many games.
Raleigh likely going to set the home run record by a catcher this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now 2-1 on Smith. They called Ernie Lombardi Schnoz. Big nose.
I would think that might have been the case.
2 balls, 1 strike on Smith.
That's always a fun one to be able to have.
And it's ball 3 to Will Smith. Kyle Hendricks has not had a lot of success against the Dodgers in the regular season. He did pitch a gem against them in the playoffs in 2016. He pitched the pennant clincher for the Cubs at Wrigley Field against the Dodgers. He tossed 7 1/3 scoreless innings on that beautiful night at Wrigley. But here's Will Smith crushing one to left, and the Dodgers have put up 3 in the top of the first. 15th homer for Smith.
He was quick on that. He went 4-seamer inside, and he was quick on his hands. Well, he was moving all around in the lineup. Originally, he was a number 2 spot in the lineup. Moved to the 4 spot. He is the cleanup hitter, and that's what he did on that swing. That's just quick on the hands and be able to lift that one out. 30-degree launch angle, 107 off the bat. He's had a lot of success against the Halos this season.
And Hendricks, such a good game planner. You don't often see him have trouble early. He's able to game plan and get through that lineup the first time, typically. But he's not executing here in the first tonight. A lot of his pitches are in a spot where he doesn't want them.
When you go back to even that triple to Shohei, he had him set up with a changeup, but instead of being on that outside corner or off it, it was in the middle of the plate. That's the one thing for Kyle. I mean, he's such a good pitcher when he's on the edges and shadows.
Swing and a miss by Teoscar Hernandez. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the Halos have come back a lot. They have to come back again today.
Well, they've scored at least 6 runs in 7 straight games against the Dodgers, so you feel like there's certainly plenty of time tonight. And the issue is that Shohei has not been touched up much as a pitcher this year. But you could say that about Yamamoto the other night. The Angels scored 6 off him.
And Skubal the other day in Detroit.
And DeGrom. So the Angels have had plenty of success against the good pitchers. So I don't know that they're sweating this deficit too much yet. We need to get some outs here, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hernandez. Shohei led off with a triple, singled home by Betts, 2-run homer by Will Smith.
Tried that cut change up there.
Only the 2nd time this year Hendricks has given up 3 runs in the 1st inning. It happened in San Diego, May 14th. Dodgers and Padres will certainly have their time together starting this weekend. That time O'Hoppe not able to steal the strike for Hendricks. 3-2 the count. Broken bat fly ball left center, and that's going to get down for a hit as well. So the softest of the hits, 3 runs, 4 hits though.
They're really doing a nice job as far as making contact on his changeup. Mookie Betts hit one there for a ground ball, soft contact through the hole, and then that same thing there with Hernandez.
Now Barry Enright comes to the mound. We've seen the rare leadoff triple by the starting pitcher tonight already. You know, anytime Shohei is on the field, something wild and something that you've never seen before could happen. Well, last night we saw Shohei become just the 2nd reigning MVP to hit into a triple play.
Yeah.
What a moment that was last night. Joining Brooks Robinson as the only reigning MVPs to hit into a triple play in a game. It was in the 6th inning yesterday, a liner right to Zach Neto.
It's over the head of Brock Burke, and I'll tell you, it's all Zach Neto on this play. It's almost as if he anticipated for the line drive, so he's already on the bag, and the transfer was unbelievable how quickly from the glove, the throwing hand, how quick it got over to Nolan Shonewell for a triple play.
Might have been the quickest triple play ever.
You saw how quick that exchange is.
Less than a second to get the ball out of his glove.
Barely over half a second.
Yeah, 2/3 of a second really is all it took. I asked him today if he envisioned the play, if he saw it coming, or at least thought about making it that way. He said absolutely not. It was all instincts, all reaction. Here's Pages with a dribble to first. Shonewell will throw to second base. They get the force out there on Hernandez.
Take a look at our StatCast being powered by Google Cloud. We go back to that triple play, how everything was perfect on this as far as Zach Neto getting to that baseball. Talk about that exchange, that 2/3 of a second to throw over to first base in the arm strength at 64.3 miles per hour, and how quick he got off the field there too.
I don't think Bill Wambsgans in the 1920 World Series, when he turned an unassisted triple play, did it as fast as Neto did last night. 2 outs with Alex Call.
I still go back to it, Wayne. Sometimes you think, okay, you're satisfied with a double play on that ball. But he was already, as soon as he got to that baseball, he's already thinking about making that throw to first base. Especially when you think the trail runner first is not going to get that far off the bag.
I don't know how he did it. I don't even know how I spit the words out that fast, let alone watching Neto pull it off. I mean, just an incredible thing of beauty from Zach Neto.
Well, I think that last night's game was one of the all-time great regular season games. Just the energy alone in this ballpark.
It had to be one of the best Freeway Series games of all time since 1997 when interleague play began. There was a playoff atmosphere here last night. Everyone was into it as the teams swayed back and forth. We saw some ties. We saw some big moments. We saw the Angels do a lot of little things right last night. What about Christian Moore's bunt, Teodosio's bunt? What about the fact that Kenley Jansen's only had 1 blown save all year? He has been a rock at the back of the bullpen. But yesterday he needed to be picked up, and the team did it.
And great job by Brogdon in the 10th inning. Kept that runner at second. Buried his look. He held on to that baseball all the way to 1 second on the pitch timer. Kept Dean with all his great speed at second base because it was a fly ball to center that would have scored a run.
There was a fabulous game here last night. The Angels were on the right end of it. They'll have to work to get on the right end of this one, down 3-0 early.
A lot of pitches already for Kyle Hendricks too.
Let's see what the Angels have in mind for potential long man in the bullpen. Carson Fulmer pitched 5 innings the last time he was out there. That was on Sunday. Strike 2 to Alex Cole. 33 pitches in this first inning for Hendricks.
The thing is, too, you got to remember that Shohei had been sitting in that dugout for quite some time, including legging out a triple since his last throw in the bullpen.
There's ball 4 to Alex Cole. So at least 8 batters will come to the plate in this inning. Alex Freeland will bat now. A couple more base runners, and Shohei will bat twice before he even takes the mound.
You know, we saw that in Houston. You know, I remember that in Houston. He hit a triple off the wall that day.
Freeland now playing third base tonight after Muncy had to come out because of that side injury. Shohei has only hit .219 in the games that he has started on the mound this year. He's actually had 14 strikeouts in those 8 games, so he has not hit a lot as a pitcher this year. And he did start this rally for the Dodgers, yanking a triple into the right field corner. Kyle Hendricks having his most laborious first inning in his career now, 36 pitches, a career high.
He's gotten about 4 pitches on those shadows that weren't on the corners, but he's gotten some calls too.
2 balls and a strike, and already the Angels have their bullpen up. Now Zephyr-John would not be a long option for today, but he would be the one that would try to help Hendricks get through this first inning if need be. One of the better changeups we've seen, 2-2 on Freeland. Full count. So Pa has at second base, Call at first. They'll be on the move here. Hendricks about to throw his 40th pitch of this first inning. He's given up 3. He'd like to keep it right there. And it's in there, strike 3. Kyle Hendricks needed 40 pitches. He allows 3 runs in the top of the first. And the Dodgers with a 3-0 lead. We'll keep it right here as Shohei takes the mound once again at Angel Stadium. For now, we'll send it downstairs. Here's Erica.
Yeah, for the first time in nearly 2 years, Shohei's taking the mound here at the Big A. August 23rd, 2023, the last time he was on the mound here. And you could argue the place that helped him become the superstar that he is today. And he'll be facing a lot of familiar faces stepping into that batter's box. So how do Shohei's former teammates feel about facing Shohei on the mound for the very first time tonight?
It's definitely going to be weird. You know, I think just there's always a lot of hype around him too, and you know, he's funky, he throws hard, and has a lot of pitches, and it'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. You know, it's gonna be good. I'm glad that we get the opportunity, and it's just like everybody else we face. Every top frontline guy that we go up against, we're gonna put our best foot forward and see what we can do.
I definitely pissed him off, but it's okay. I got to face him tomorrow on the mounds.
Yeah, Zach Neto leading off against Shohei tonight, and perhaps maybe nobody knows more about Shohei than interim manager Ray Montgomery, who closely watched Shohei's preparation for 3 seasons, from 21 to 23. He said he was obsessed watching him go to work. He gave him every piece of info. It was never enough information, but that's what makes him who he is. He said his prep work, it's obviously the best he's ever seen. The next closest, Jeff Bagwell, and he didn't pitch.
Wow, that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Jeff Bagwell is a Hall of Famer, and Shohei will be at some point. So will Mike Trout. And they will have a reunion with pitcher versus batter here in a few moments as the Angels get ready to bat in the bottom of the first against Shohei Ohtani. Starting once again here at Angel Stadium. Ohtani, 21-8 lifetime here. This is his 48th start in this ballpark, and obviously his first against the Angels. He's expected to go 5 innings tonight, which would be as long as this year.
Yeah, and he's thrown a lot of fastballs, a lot more than we ever saw as far as an Angel.
And the splitter is all but abandoned at this point for Ohtani. Still throws it a little bit. Here's the Angels lineup brought to you by Simpson Chevy, and Mike Trout bats third against Shohei Ohtani here tonight. First pitch, Zach Neto looks at strike one. 94 on that fastball for a guy who's averaging about 98.5 on his heaters so far this year.
And one thing you'll notice at home here, you're seeing Shohei pitching from a full windup.
So little league quality to watching the pitcher with dirt all over his uniform after Shohei slid around in the first inning after his leadoff triple. Neto was out in front of that sweeper, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, it's been really, really good between his slider and sweeper.
Last pitcher, starting pitcher to have a triple in the first inning of a game was Kevin Foster from the Cubs in 1996. Of course, Shohei's was a leadoff triple, and the very first starting pitcher to ever do that. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Neto has certainly hurt good pitchers throughout his career so far. He takes ball 3.
That one he geared it up to 98. Still think sweeper will be his pitcher 3-2.
It's gone to a full count on Zach Neto leading things off. And there's the sweeper for strike 3.
That was in zone. He did a nice job of trying to get as many pitches as possible in the strike zone. See how tight that spin is. He's got real good spin rate on his sweeper.
Ohtani has now struck out 26 of the 78 batters that he has faced so far this year. It is nearly a third of the batters faced. Here is Shonowell as he takes ball 1. Shohei's last start, he went 4 innings, so if he does go 5 today, it would be even his first time qualifying for a victory this year. Shonowell gets twisted up on that fastball. Ohtani has only allowed 2 runs once in his 8 outings. That was against the Reds July 30th. Gave up 2 runs in 3 innings. It's 2-1.
I think that slider, different variation of the speeds between his sweeper. She's Shohei, customary call in the game.
Bounced up the middle. Rojas able to grab it with the backhand and get the out. 2 down. And here comes Trout. There's something so unique about Shohei facing his offensive peers. There's nothing ever that's been like it in the history of baseball, that one of the best hitters can face one of the best hitters. And as Ohtani deals strike 1 to Trout, you're reminded of a couple of years ago, the World Baseball Classic, the only time they met head-to-head while they were still teammates on the Angels. Now in a real game, it's Trout taking ball 1 against Ohtani.
You think he's amped up a little bit? 99 on that fastball.
Which one? This is like an Ali Frazier type of matchup. Shohei against Trout. And a swing and a miss.
Remember, he threw that unbelievable sweeper in the World Baseball Classic. Trout has to be thinking that in his mind.
Just missed the bottom of the zone, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And these two side by side in Angels uniforms, combining for 6 MVP awards in their careers, 5 with the Angels. What a special moment to watch Shohei against Trout at the Big A. And it's 3-2.
Pretty good pitch there.
The breaking ball pins in for strike 3. And Shohei Ohtani has struck out Mike Trout in a regular season game. It's a 1-2-3 first. Shohei happy to see his former mate. And those two side by side, two of the greatest to ever do it. The top of the first, and then a 1-2-3 bottom of the first, including a strikeout of Mike Trout in their first regular season matchup. They should have at least one more here tonight, so stay tuned for that. It's the Dodgers with a 3-0 lead after the Angels gave up 3 in the top of the first. Mookie Betts had an RBI single and Will Smith a 2-run homer. It's Rojas leading off here in the second as he smacks a base hit to right field.
And hits allowed in the first inning on changeups. Let's go back to take a look at our Statcast 3 powered by Google Cloud. The 4 hits allowed, 3 on the changeup, and where they were, a couple of them not too bad, but they're centering in and looking on the off-speed pitch. You could tell. Then that fastball was inside on Will Smith, who was able to get his hands through the baseball and turn on that one.
The second at bat now in this game for Shohei Ohtani. His 8 triples this year have tied his career high. He's had 16 triples now here at Angel Stadium, 14 in an Angels uniform. Had one last year and one this year now as a Dodger. A 12-game hitting streak for Shohei. He's had an extra base hit in 8 straight games. Stat, of all the stats you could pull off with Shohei that you can find amazing, he has scored 115 runs already this year. Nobody else is even close. And he would break his own Dodger record of 134 by scoring 20 more, which he should.
It does help when you have 2 MVPs hitting behind you and a catcher hitting well over 300 to score some runs. That helps.
Will Smith certainly is a big part of that. There's Mookie Betts on deck, although it's been a quiet year for Mookie. He has 21 runs scored more than anyone else. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Dodgers have struggled. They're 12-20 since July 4th. Their pitching hasn't been great. Bottom of their lineup hasn't been very good. And the Padres have played unbelievably well lately, and they've taken over first place for now. And there's Shohei way out in front of that Kyle Hendricks changeup for strike 3.
That was his best changeup of the game. Really good depth to it. Had him out in front, had the hip wide open, tried to keep his hands back, but could not, and made contact. That is the key for Kyle Hendricks, is to get the hitters out in front and force them to try to just to keep their hands back where it would be softer contact. Runs, slugging at 882. Nearly 1,400 OPS.
Ball 1 to Ward leading off here in the second inning. Taylor Ward with 28 home runs and 89 RBIs. Now the second most runs batted in the American League. Past Aaron Judge last night. Asked him today if he was numerically searching for any kind of goals this year, and he said he'd like to hit 30 home runs, which is very close. Asked him about 100 RBIs, and he said, RBIs are so team-oriented that he doesn't really view it as an individual type of statistic anyway. So he doesn't really view that as a big goal for himself, but 30 home runs he'd like to get. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ward here, and a fly ball right center field. Hit pretty well. Hernandez is back. He's still going out near the wall. It is gone. Taylor Ward just 1 away from his goal of 30. He has his 29th as he takes Shohei deep.
And he got that spot again in which he crushes the baseball. Taylor Ward against Shohei Ohtani, 103 off the bat. Now that's a swing. That's how you get going here. Get right back in the game. Right center field. We showed that before, where his sweet spot is, his hot zone, and he got that pitch in the hot zone. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, just like that. Home run allowed by Shohei.
Now Moncada swinging and missing. Only the second homer given up by Ohtani this year. The other was hit by Byron Buxton of the Twins.
That's a great swing. did a great job of getting the ball in the zone. I was talking to him about that today. He goes, just get your pitch in your zone. He goes, that's what I try to do every single bat, and that's the exact spot he crushes on that swing path he has, no matter if it's a fastball or a breaking ball.
Now Moncada serves one to the gap in left center field. That goes all the way to the wall past Alex Call. And Moncada follows the Ward homer with a double.
That's another great swing. That's on a sweeper. Stayed on it. Line shot. Speaking of line shots, right center. 29th home run. 90th RBI. By the way, I think he's just teasing you. He wants that 100 RBI.
Well, he's only 8 behind Cal Raleigh now for the Major League lead. Pete Alonso also up to 98 for the Mets. He's the second in the American League to reach that 90 RBI mark. What a year for Ward. 29 homers, 26 doubles and 2 triples as well. So nearing 60 extra base hits. Joe Adell at the plate here. He could tie this game with one swing. And that swing lifts a fly ball to right center. Not deep enough. Pages shy of the track. Makes the catch. Pages with a great arm. And he shows it off here as Moncada advances to third.
I like that aggressive base run to get into scoring position. Hopefully Moncada's all right as he dives in there. The defense behind Shohei today. On the defense behind him, you got Call, Pages, Hernandez. Out in right. Third base today, you have Freeland, Betts, Rojas, Freeman. At first base, Will Smith. But Mookie Betts has been unreal. They're going to challenge that to see if he left early.
They're telling Shohei that he needs to be on the rubber here and appeal to second base.
I'll tell you, it was pretty close.
Let's see. Yeah,
he's going there.
He's fine.
Betts, by the way, with 11 defensive runs saved. He has really worked hard. I watched him today early doing some work at shortstop. He has really improved his game in that position.
Well, at what cost? Has it hurt him offensively? Some suggest it has. There's Rengifo fouling one back.
It's a big run out there for Rengifo. Got to get him home here. Make this a tight game right away.
As we talked about earlier, it was 3-0 in the first. The Angels don't seem very bothered by deficits. They've had so many comeback wins this year. They've scored so many runs against the Dodgers. And yeah, it's Shohei out there, but I don't think that they're really worried about any sort of intimidation factor here.
It's amazing when you see a runner on third, which Shohei does. He just goes that next gear. That one's 100 miles an hour.
Infield is back, so that run could come in if Rengifo could just make some contact.
Nice job of laying off that breaking ball in the dirt.
Medium depth. Hernandez is under it. Makes the catch. Moncada's on his way. Here comes the throw. It is up the line. Moncada safe. 2 runs for the Angels in the inning.
I love that. Some good situational hitting. Fly ball to center. Moves him over. Moncada had a great swing, and then Rengifo gets the job done. Just like that, you got yourself a ball game. Ohtani giving up 2 runs here. We're only in the second inning. Hernandez got behind this baseball really well, but it's just up that first base side of the plate, and Moncada running well.
As you said, this is another example of good situational baseball from the Angels. We saw it last night too. Got the guy at second, get him over, get him in. There's a fly ball to right. It's tailing from Hernandez. He's racing, and he makes the catch on the run to end the inning.
Good swings against Ohtani in the inning. All of a sudden, it's a tight ball game.
2 runs, 2 hits, and the Angels are right back in it. Taylor Ward's 29th homer got it started. It's a 1-run game.
That's the count where Shawnuel tries to do damage. Still ahead of the count. Still looking for something in inner half. got a good hack at that. Through the form, Shohei's thrown quite a few fastballs here tonight. Came in about 54% fastball usage. He's always a rate around 33 to 35%.
Balls, 2 strikes on Shonowell. Ground ball just fouled down the line. Shohei's not quite the same pitcher that he was 2 years ago.
Yeah, when you look at the pitch arsenal of which he throws now as compared to what he threw in 23, a lot more sweepers. You see the four seam at 33%. He threw a lot of cutters, splitter, much less now.
Here's another thing to think about. Shohei has now thrown 42 pitches. They wanted him to go 5 innings tonight, but he has not thrown more than 54 pitches in a game yet this year. The Angels are making him work more than most teams have. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The one common theme, and that's Shohei all the time, always warning fans about baseballs flying into the stands. But the Angels have done against the very good pitchers, have forced them into the strike zone, the good pitchers. And so far, they've done a pretty good job against Ohtani, forcing him in his zone.
The walk rate for the Angels has soared over the last couple of months. Shonowell unable to make any contact. What looked like more a curveball than a sweeper, but it's strike 3 to end the inning.
Changeup, that's that cut changeup. Threw an absolutely perfect changeup to Ohtani the second at bat.
Ohtani struck out his last time, triple and a run scored in the first. Dodgers scored 3 in the first. Angels answered with 2 in the second. Now a 1-run game. Hendricks trying to keep it there. And there's a strike, that comeback sinker over the inside corner.
That's where you got to make sure you start that off the plate. I'm so sure I would try that one again, though.
No. Shohei with 97 homers now as a Dodger, 3 away from Roger Maris for the 3rd most by a player in his first 2 years with the team. It's Babe Ruth, who Shohei's often been compared to, number 1 on that list. Ball 2 to Ohtani. Never really pitched and hit simultaneously the way Shohei did. Kind of 2 different chapters in the Babe's career. They interloped a little bit. Not the way Shohei has done it. Ball 3. Mookie Betts on deck. And Hendricks being careful here.
Yeah, I see if I get Shohei to chase something out of the strike zone here. He certainly won't challenge him in the strike zone.
Changeup did get the bottom part at the knees, 3-2.
That was a perfect pitch.
Imagine he'd go even lower with it, to see if he'll go for it.
Especially because he showed he could throw it for a strike clearly in the strike zone.
You don't have first base open, but you do have a base open here. You don't have to give in. Mookie Betts to follow, 3-2. That's ball 4. 2 walks in the inning, and now they're loaded for Betts.
I wonder if except for John, if he's ready, if he's coming in.
Like that might be the case. Ray Montgomery is headed for the mound. The Angels have an off day tomorrow. Angels pretty much emptied the bullpen yesterday. They used 7 of their 8 relievers behind Medeiros. They'll have a chance to recuperate and get ready for Friday after today's game, and Ray will go to the bullpen here. Ohtani. Trout is due to lead off in the bottom of the 4th inning against Ohtani, who's currently at first base. The bases are loaded. It's a 1-run game, and here's Ryan Zephyrdon against Mookie Betts in an important spot early here. Strike 1. Betts lined out to 3rd as last time. RBI single in the first.
9 times he's rolled into a double play. You see a lot of ground balls to that left side of the infield. A few of them got through between third and short.
Base hit. Adele got it quickly in. So only 1 run comes home as Adele chucks it to the plate. But Mookie Betts does deliver an RBI base hit. He has 2 hits tonight, and it's 4-2 Dodgers.
Another one of those pitches, 0-2, we've been talking about. It's way too much in the strike zone. Right in the heart, he's shorting up. See that swing? If you're watching at home, you're a youngster, that's what you do with 2 strikes. You shorten up. And he made contact. He allowed Zephyr-John to supply the power at 99.
He's right in the center cut of the zone.
Yeah, if you go inside, which is a difficult one because you got the bases loaded.
Here's Freddie Freeman, who has flied out twice to Teodosio in center. Takes a healthy swing and misses there. It's 0-1.
See how short this swing is. He's just trying to make contact. And that's how you get rewarded with a good swing and an RBI single and a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
I don't think any Dodger fan will ever see Freddie Freeman come up with the bases loaded the same way again after he hit that walk-off slam against Nestor Cortez in the World Series last year. It's 2 strikes again. See if Zephyr-John can put Freeman away this time, who does have a .349 average lifetime with the bases loaded.
The good old days when the pitcher was on base, they bring the jacket out for him. No jacket for Shohei.
He's going at it with just the jersey. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
The work still to do. If you go through this with just that 1 run allowed, you still have yourself a ball game here.
Yeah.
Backdoor to slider.
They put you down by 2, but you can live with 1 run here. Just want to avoid the big inning. Will Smith can make it a big inning, a 2-run homer in the first. Amazing thing about Shohei, you know, he's about to face Mike Trout. He's going to have to go straight to the mound here if the inning ends with him at second base. One time in the National League and even in the American League way back, it happened all the time. Pitcher would be on the bases and have to go pitch.
Good old days in high school baseball, you could bring in a pinch runner for the pitcher.
Yeah, courtesy runner.
Yes, yes.
1 ball, 1 strike on Will Smith. Especially with 2 outs, you know, give him a break.
Even the catcher, you could do that one. Big pitch here now.
Ball 2 to Smith. National League leader in batting average, trying to become just the 5th catcher to win a batting title this year. We talked about it yesterday. Zephyr-John gets himself into those 3 true outcome situations. Force in a run to make it 5-2. Will Smith gets his 3rd RBI tonight. Now it's Hernandez who struck out his last time. Dodgers have extended their lead back to 3. Zephyr-John, his first full season in the majors, has come with some ups and downs. One of the biggest issues has been at times lack of command. Now Barry Enright will go to the mound to talk about it and make sure Zephyr-John doesn't lose Hernandez here.
There's 2 balls and no strikes on Teoscar Hernandez. Dodgers have 3 walks, 2 hits, and 2 runs in this inning, as they've made it 5-2. Now Zephyr-John back. He's near the strike zone, getting a swing and miss there.
Looks like the game started out a 3-run lead for the Dodgers. Now a 3-run lead here now. Halos came right back in the second. You just got to keep that right here.
Hernandez helps out with that swing, 2-2. That time Hernandez laying off, so that's full. Zephyr-John needs a strike. He's already walked in 1 run.
He's going to have to be close enough to the strike zone. I don't think Hernandez is going to go way out like he did earlier in this at bat. He's going to have to be close enough.
3-2.
Entice the swing.
That's fouled back. Hernandez slipped that one right into the writer's booth, a couple of doors down, just beyond the reach of Karros. The Dodger TV booth. Eric Karros played first base for a long time. He should be able to stretch.
They made it over to the writer's booth, though.
He's got to stretch for it.
Yes.
Get off the bag. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Couple of runs. Dodgers extend their lead. It's Mike Trout against Shohei Ohtani when we come back. Now, the Angels have certainly seen their fair share of MVP winners over the years. Got Trout and Ohtani on this list, and Albert Pujols as well. Albert won all those in St. Louis. Shohei won 2 of his 3 as an Angel, and he could win his 4th. He's likely going to win his 4th this year. Only Barry Bonds has won 4 or more.
Yeah, I was thinking Schwarber had a good run at it, but after that home run in the 9th inning last night, thinking that, no.
Probably not. Just the pitching aspect just makes it so much different. As long as Shohei pitches even to a shell of what he did as an Angel, he should be the MVP in the National League. Crow Armstrong's really had a rough month of August. He was looking good there for a while for the Cubs. But here is Mike Trout. It's so different with Shohei than anyone in the history of baseball, because you think about Babe Ruth as a pitcher, and again, it happened before he really took off as a hitter. The player with the most home runs that ever faced Babe Ruth was Ken Williams, who had 196 home runs in his career. Well, Trout's nearing 400. Giancarlo Stanton, who has already faced Ohtani in his career, has over 400. It's never really happened where someone who hits that many homers faces someone who also hits that many. And Trout and Ohtani in a rare matchup here.
Yeah, not too many guys hitting a lot of home runs at that time also. I mean, Babe Ruth that 1 year had 60 home runs, more than most teams had.
He was long done pitching by then. 2 balls and a strike on Trout as he fouled that one back.
That's a pretty good hack. That was the zone for Trout. Got a fastball down.
There's really no parallel to Ohtani facing Trout. It's historic. Trout trying to win this battle. Looks at another strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout. He struck out his first time, the only regular season matchup between the two. We all know how it ended 2 years ago in the WBC. And it ends that way again here. Strike three with 101, dotting the outside corner.
Twice now looking. That's paint, absolute paint. An unhittable spot. Tell you what, this version of Shohei pitching from the full windup is huge with no one on base.
Taylor Ward smacked a home run the other way against Ohtani back in the second inning. Angels got a couple of runs. Shohei has 5 strikeouts now tonight. He's gotten Trout twice. He's throwing harder in this inning than what we have seen in the first 3 innings tonight. That was his first strikeout tonight on a fastball. Ward rolls one over to third. It's Freeland to Freeman for the second out.
I think it's a big difference. This allows him to gather himself a little bit better. He threw exclusively from the stretch position. Now from the full windup, he's able to get the whole body behind it. I think this gives him a better chance of staying healthier, using that strong lower half that Ohtani has.
He's not throwing that splitter as much either anymore.
I mean, you look how he gathers there. There was that splitter. This is on cue when you said it. But you see how he gathers himself now in the full windup, brings that glove over that front leg, and he's able to keep that front shoulder tucked in longer.
Bono strikes on Moncada, fouls it back, 1-1. The next pitch will be a new season high in pitches thrown for Shohei. They didn't want to push him through 5 innings tonight, so see if they're able to. Their bullpen's a little beleaguered as well. Angels will still have some chances against that pen. Just got to stay in the game here. Ohtani with sort of an awkward follow through there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Moncada did not want to go after that, but he fouled it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Remember all those years of Shohei as a pitcher for the Angels. It was customary where he was really bringing the gas if he felt that was his last inning. So you just wonder if that's the case here. Although they want to stretch him out through 5.
The pitch count might say otherwise. And he's been more efficient with his pitches in other games than tonight.
But it's the big picture for Dave Roberts and the Dodgers for Shohei.
It's a full count on Moncada, trying to stretch Shohei here. And he did swing and miss on that, so now he takes off, and he's going to make it to first base easily.
That was a nasty slider.
Too nasty to even catch for Will Smith, so it's a strikeout wild pitch.
See how he snapped that slider off. Not even quite in the strike zone at all. That tells you how sharp that is.
Hit the ground, hit the glove, hit the umpire.
Shodell's got a lot of power, especially on the first pitch. Usually pretty aggressive.
Dell flied out his first time. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner here. Angels have 2 runs on 2 hits against Ohtani.
Ward has hit breaking balls real well this year.
Ward hit that home run. Moncada doubled and scored in the second. That's the last time an Angel reached base safely. Moncada reaching after striking out here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now 60 pitches for Ohtani, a season high. And there's another wild pitch. So I would be surprised if Shohei goes back out for the 5th inning.
Yeah, he's really amping it up. Yeah, I agree with you. As much as you like to see, because at some point, if you're going to have him in your rotation in the postseason, he's going to have to get it up there around 80-90 pitches. He's muscling up on some of these. Chance to get another one of his runs back.
2 wild pitches now have put Moncada at second base. And dealt a hard grounder, but right at Mookie Betts. ball was struck sharply, but an atom ball to end the fourth. Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight, his first start against the Angels in his career, and he's racked up 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, 4 on those breakables, 1 on his fastball. I'm telling you, that change into the full windup is going to help him out. He keeps that front shoulder locked in. It takes a lot of pressure off his arm and elbow. No walks. 6 punch outs.
And that 6th strikeout on the wild pitch that allowed Moncada to reach. Angels have not had a hit since Moncada's double in the 2nd. As Renifo fouls one off. Shohei's most pitches thrown in a game this year, 54 entering tonight. He's at 64 here, so he's going to go well above and beyond the 54 he threw in his last outing against the Cardinals. As the Dodgers try to get him through a 5th inning for the first time this year. Splitter usage way down from where it had been.
That's always that pitch that puts a lot of pressure on your elbow.
He doesn't need any more of that, neither do the Dodgers. Dodgers are just trying to get by right now. They have not won much over the last several weeks. For the moment, they have fallen out of first, although a win here tonight would tie them again with the Padres, who they play this weekend at home. That one fell out of sight.
That was the splitter on that one. Well out of the strike zone from the get-go. Punch out on the splitter. He's got one on his fastball. You see that grip. You know what? If I'm going 5 innings, I'm going to use all my pitches.
He did have 8 strikeouts in 4 innings in his last outing. He's got 7 now tonight in 4 1/3. And there's a strike to Ohtani. Ohtani flied out to right field his first time. Because of the lack of base runners, the Angels have not gotten through the order 2 times yet.
Tell you what, all those years watching him on the mound with the Angels, he's one of the best I see as far as closing an inning. When he knows it's the last inning, he just dominates.
1-2 the count. Even this newfound pitch count up to 70 now does not seem to slow him down.
Still trying to warn his old teammates over there. A foul ball in the dugout.
That's rocketed through the infield. A base hit for Ohtani.
2 good swings for Ohtani tonight. He had a line shot to right field that Oscar Hernandez made a nice play on. This one rocketed up the middle. 104 off the bat. 4-seamer. That's his spot upstairs. And you always think, especially with Teodosio and his speed, to try a push bump, but Ohtani fields his position really well. It's not a bad idea, especially with Freeman holding on Ohtani.
Really nothing else on that right side of the infield. And Rojas is over near second base. Anthony Banda has gotten ready in the Dodger bullpen. I think that a pitch count or a pitch limit has to be in mind here at some point for Dave Roberts. Shohei already 20 more pitches tonight than his last time out. Dodgers are also tinkering with a return to a 5-man rotation. Put Ohtani in a place where he hasn't never been.
No, that's the thing. It's going to be difficult. That guy doesn't mind that. He'd probably prefer that every time.
2-2 on Teodosio. Struck out his first time.
That's some serious gas after some breakables. Got a 12-mile-an-hour differential in the speeds. See if we can shorten up, make contact with that speed. Make him make a play on you.
Zach Neto on deck. Teodosio with a loop to right. Coming in, Hernandez, long run. It's dropping. It's a base hit.
All of a sudden, the tying run's coming to the dish.
Zach Neto, it'll be the third time through the order. We'll see if Dave Roberts will let him face Neto. I'd imagine he would. Bonda, the lefty, is up. But Shonowell next, so this could be the last batter for Shohei tonight.
He went to a sweeper, and it's a nice job at Teodosio, but you see the pitch before. He was so late on a fastball. He helped him out, sped up his bat by throwing a sweeper there. You know the damage that Neto could do on the first pitch.
Neto's 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout and a pop-up. Back-to-back hits from the bottom of the order sets up the top. 0-1 to Neto, 100 from Ohtani.
This place will go nuts if Neto gets a hold of one.
Neto has 19 home runs at 2 on Monday. He has beaten up the Dodgers this year. Now 2 balls and no strikes. The count in his favor.
Tell you what, though, if he does walk Neto here, that would be probably his last batter for sure. With Shonowell lefty.
This will be the 80th pitch. Again, 54 was his previous season high. So he's way past that. See the fatigue setting in. Really could see it last inning when he threw those 2 wild pitches. And Neto rips one to the left field corner. That's a base hit. It bounces to the wall. Hoppy's on his way home. Teodosio's right behind him. Zach Neto's made it a 1-run game with a 2-run double.
Boy, Magneto is phenomenal in these moments. Remember, he doubled off DeGrom here at the Big A. Doubles off Ohtani. Now all of a sudden, a big-time ball game going.
It's 5-4, and Dave Roberts will have to go to his bullpen.
What a swing. Sweeper that backed up, and he rockets it down the line.
Well, he's not a robot. He's a man. And Shohei Ohtani, as he fatigued in the 5th, will come out of the game. Today's Shohei Ohtani's 48th start at Angel Stadium, his first against the Angels. And it's the first time ever in this ballpark that he allowed 4 runs in less than 5 innings pitched. He's given up 4 in 4 1/3. The Angels knock him out here in the 5th with a chance for a 5th run. Neto at second base, the tying run. Here's Shonowell against Anthony Bonda. And it's ball 1. Well, it was until C.B. Buckner said afterward it wasn't.
Yeah, 94, 97. Curveball, slider, changeup. Bonda.
Bonda's been one of the better Dodger relievers, but it has been an oft-used bullpen this year. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mr. Contact here at Shonowell.
He said it from the get-go. The Angels wouldn't sweat the deficit tonight. And they didn't. And he handed Shohei one of his worst starts ever in this ballpark. Two and 1.
Boy, you just gotta love the way the game never too big for Zach Neto.
And the 3rd at bat against Ohtani. Had a pretty good read on it. 2 balls and a strike. That one is in there, and it's 2 and 2.
Over there at second base with Mookie Betts and Zach Neto talking to each other.
2 balls, 2 strikes, just 1 out. Tying run at second. There's ball 3. Trout's on deck. Struck out twice in his 2 plate appearances against Ohtani. Take a crack at Bonda next. Dodgers 5, Angels 4. Angels trying to pull off a season sweep against their rival. That's ball 4 to bring up Trout.
It's what you want.
The first walk issued by a Dodger pitcher tonight. Shohei didn't walk anybody. We gave him 4 runs on 5 hits. Dodgers have lost 8 of their last 11 games when their bullpen has had to pitch at least 4 innings in a game. And they're going to have to go pretty far here tonight after just 4 1/3 from Shohei. They're trying to get him through 5, but they couldn't. Here is Trout. And that is a strike. C.B. Buckner's eyes, 0-1.
There's a lot of off-speed and sliders to right-handed batters.
Four straight Angels have reached, 2 have scored. Now Trout is down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. Taylor Ward will be the batter here. What a shot against Shohei earlier.
Well, that's just a great swing. He got him right in that sweet spot for his swing.
29 homers, 90 RBIs. What a year for Taylor Ward.
There's 3 more RBIs out there for him.
Well, he needs to get better at setting goals. He set his goals to hit 30. He could do that right here.
Yes.
We got 6 weeks left.
Yes.
Runners on first and second with 2 outs. And it's 2-0. Taylor Ward with 25 RBIs since the break. Tied for 3rd in the majors. Only Kyle Schwarber and the rookie Colson Montgomery for the White Sox on that list. 3-0. Christian Moore is on deck because Moncada still can't face lefties.
You know what? I want him to swing here 3-0. I know he went out of his zone yesterday on that 3-0 swing, but you want him up. He's your best producer right now.
Definitely. Two on with 2 out and a 1-run game. Angels have 2 runs in the inning. And that is ball 4. So Taylor Ward draws a walk to load the bases, and now Christian Moore trying to deliver another clutch hit.
We'll get a visit here now. Prior.
That's more to talk about Moore than anything else, I'd imagine. So Moore comes in for Moncada here. The Angels have a chance to not only tie but take the lead with a base hit. Mark Pryor on the mound. We'll hear from Jack in the Box.
My bonus Jack combo with up to 3 patties, starting at $4.49.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
The Angels are still a ways back in the wild card. For what it's worth, the Yankees, the 3rd wild card holder, are losing tonight. The Angels could gain ground. They could pull within 5 games of that wild card. Still a stretch, but not out of it.
Texas lost. You got to jump some teams first. Kansas City lost. Seattle lost.
This could be a profitable win on top of it for the Angels in terms of their playoff hopes. They'll come back against the Dodgers yet again. They've done it many times already this year. Here's Christian Moore with the bases loaded. After the first pitch, he had a good swing but fouled it.
So strong, so good going the other way.
Angels at every base, a 1-run game, only the 5th inning. The ball 1 strike on Christian Moore, who has reached base safely in 20 of his 24 games that he's had a plate appearance in so far in his major league career.
See how hard Bonda throws. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's bounced around a lot, been DFA'd a lot, but he's got a good arm. More a fly ball to right center. It's up there for Teoscar Hernandez, and that does end the inning.
Clutch again.
And a 2-run double against Ohtani. A 4-pitch walk to Miguel Rojas.
Going to bring it up Shohei Ohtani now.
That's asking for trouble. Rojas doesn't walk a lot to begin with. Not a good hitter.
Shohei stays in pretty good against lefties.
Not really any advantage here. Lefty with Shohei. Triple and a run scored in the first. Batting for the first time since exiting as a pitcher. He gave up 4 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Most runs he's allowed in that short of a start ever here at Angel Stadium. He threw 80 pitches tonight. And now he's batting for the 4th time in this game. Carson Fulmer, who threw 5 innings on Sunday. The Angels are a little thin in their bullpen tonight themselves. They've been used a lot this week. Ball 2 strikes on Shohei. Everybody but Fulmer was used yesterday. We've seen Brogdon both games in this series. We've seen Garcia, and we've seen Kenley Jansen both games in this series. Brogdon was the winning pitcher yesterday. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Shohei.
Try to get him a bite on that slider off the plate. It's not close enough to get a chase.
The Padres winning earlier. They pounded the Giants 11-1. San Diego for the moment in first place, sole possession. They have not been in first place this late in a season in 15 years. They'll have 6 games with the Dodgers this weekend and next. Home and home. Tony away out in front, but made contact to stay alive. Houston won today. They beat the Red Sox 4-1. Seattle lost in Baltimore, so the Astros reclaim sole possession of first in the AL West.
Shohei's setting up. Chafin to try to get him out. Fastball in. I still go away on him.
There's the fastball up, and he punched it foul.
With a couple stolen bases.
Swing and a miss. Second time Ohtani has struck out. He has punched out 16 times in the 9 games that he has pitched in this year.
Kind of tied him up with a backup slider on him.
Big first out in his 6th inning. Now Betts, who has swung the bat well. Big guy, too. Off the glove. It bounces toward right field, and it gets to the very lip of the grass where it's grabbed by Rojas. Ward goes to third base. It's an infield hit, and the bases are loaded.
That was 112 off the bat. When you're throwing that hard, all you got to do is make a little bit of contact.
Knocked his glove off. Here's Luis Rengifo, bases loaded, and here we go again. The Angels trying to come back against the Dodgers, trying to sweep the Freeway Series. Swing and a miss, 99 and a cutter. Who is this guy?
This arm's unreal. Again, you gotta make some contact here if you're Rengifo. Have to make contact.
Enriquez got called back up to the major leagues yesterday. Saw him pitch last night, 0-1. Some contact foul and a 100-mile-an-hour cutter.
A little impatient so far, and it's a bad for Rengifo, though. Now this force is shorten up.
It's what Rengifo typically does well. Enriquez saw 3 major league games last year. This is his 5th this year. Did pitch a few times in the playoffs last year, too.
He's got a lot of room at left center. That's usually his approach with 2 strikes.
Bases loaded. Angels down by a run. Rengifo somehow got out of the way. Well, if he had been hit by that pitch, it would have tied the game. But he was able to shift himself just in time to get out of the way.
That was a 98-mile-an-hour cutter.
Easy to sit at home and say, take one.
No, you don't.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, no, you don't.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Base hit could give the Angels the lead. As a strikeout, 2 away. Rengifo has struck out 3 times tonight. This is the 2nd time the Angels have loaded the bases down by 1 tonight. They didn't score last time. But almost got away. Smith grabbed a 103-mile-an-hour pitch out of the dirt.
And that's some quick hands. We were just talking about some hockey. That's a save by a slap shot by a goalie.
Well, Hoppy has a base hit and a run scored tonight. Back into our camera well next door.
Oh.
Ball, 1 strike. That's off the plate. 2-1. 103. Wow.
This is Ben Joyce type arms.
Real life fastball. What's a cutter? That's almost 100. Two balls and a strike with the bases loaded. Foul. Trying to get the big hit. All that's been missing tonight. Trying to storm back again. Bases loaded for Logan O'Hoppe. And he lines one left center. A base hit. Ward scores. Moore's on his way home. The big hit from O'Hoppe gives the Angels the lead. It's 6-5.
That's a Logan O'Hammer rocket. Go ahead shot. Oh, hammered it. Well, that was a good throw from Pages out in center too.
Was a 103-mile-an-hour fastball. And O'Hoppe just smacked it right to the middle.
Batters can hit velocity. It's when you have a little movement on it makes it more difficult, but that's firm.
And Christian Moore scored the go-ahead run ahead of a great throw from Andy Pages.
Boy, did he get a lot. I didn't think they'd have a shot at that.
2 hits for Ohapi tonight, and maybe his biggest hit in his career. 6-5 in the 8th inning. And now the spotlight squares on Kenley Jansen.
What a swing. Got his arms extended. Pages did everything possible. What a laser beam he threw to home. But the speed of Christian Moore. Great swing by Logan Ohapi.
That's his first multi-RBI game since June 22nd.
Hey, you're only as good as your last game. That's all that matters. What a swing that was. Kenley looming.
Teodosio has 2 hits tonight. Won't be easy in the 9th. Bouncer to third. The play to first. Ends the inning. Logan Ohapi delivers a monster hit. And the Angels find themselves 3 outs from a season series sweep of the Dodgers. Kenley Jansen will try to close it against Betts, Freeman, and Smith. Game presented by OC Navigator will discuss all the happenings here. What a series this has been.
Wow.
And now it's in the hands of the ex-Dodger, the future Hall of Famer, one of the great closers of all time, Kenley Jansen.
Boy, this series, wow, these last 2 nights.
Mookie Betts leads off the top of the 9th, then Freddie Freeman, then Will Smith. Not an easy ride here for Jansen. Pitching on his 3rd straight day.
Going back to Hyundai Key for the game today. Welcome to the jungle. This place has been crazy, especially after that swing by...
Won Monday 7-4, 7-6 in 10 innings yesterday. They lead 6-5 tonight. Trying to make it a perfect 6-0 against the world champion Dodgers in 2025. Mookie Betts with a fly ball to left center. Ward goes back. He has room. Shy of the track. 1 out.
Oh, the important one, especially with the speed of Mookie Betts.
A season where Betts' power hasn't been quite the same. He missed that one. Now Freeman. Bouncing ball, Shotwell has it. 2 quick outs.
Well, that ball was hit hard. Shotwell playing right on the line. No doubles defense.
Until this year, the 97 Marlins going into 98 have been the only world champion to be swept in a season series. Happened 3 times that year. Well, the Brewers got the Dodgers already this year, and the Angels are 1 out away from doing the same. They have never gone 6-0 in a season against the Dodgers. And now Kenley Jansen against his former catcher Will Smith deals ball 1. What a ride for these Halos.
My.
The win would put them 5 back in the wild card, would put them within 3 games of 500, going to Sacramento to play the last place A's this weekend. Popped up, foul ground. Shotwell near the dugout, reaches over and does not have a play. Right over Freeman and Kershaw and Ohtani.
I'm sure they were helping him out too. Plenty of room.
Just reached over about $1 billion.
Yes. Freeman goes, get back out of here.
One ball, 1 strike on Will Smith, who has 3 RBIs tonight. It's 2-1.
Couldn't get all over the lower part of the strike zone.
CB Buckner's had a rough night. 3 balls, 1 strike on Smith.
Wow. All you can say is this wow.
Well, we've been saying that for the last 3 days. Another pop up, this one out of play. Full count on Will Smith. Teoscar Hernandez would bat if Smith can reach. Angels trying to pull off yet another comeback. Trying to beat the Dodgers for the 7th straight time. 6 this year. What a freeway series. One for the ages. And what a treat here at Angel Stadium. The 3-2 to Smith. Fly ball left center. Teodosio is closing. He's there. He's got it. Say goodnight to the Dodgers. This is heaven for the Angels. They have swept the Dodgers all year long. 6 in a row and a freeway series sweep again here at the Big A.
The improbable when you think about Shohei Ohtani on the bump. Early in the game, a 3-0 lead for the Dodgers. Then they have a 5-2 lead, and yet the Halos come back. Logan O'Hammer with the clutch hit. That play by Teodosio out in right center field gave them the chance.